We announced our NIL deals today. One of them is Auburn team captain and tight end John Samuel Shenker, who is with us now on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. What is up? How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing awesome. Thanks a lot. We're excited about this, and we're excited about football. Look, we as fans, we live for this. So when it finally gets to game week, there's just a level of energy you can feel in this state. What does it feel like as a player who's put in a heck of a lot more work to get here than us fans?
Yeah, I think it's that just anticipation, since you work from January all the way to now, you kind of get lost in it and you don't really see, this time coming up as fast as it did. But once you get here, this is when the fun begins. And, this locker room this week will be really buzzing, and we're all very excited to get the season underway.
When Brown brought you on, he mentioned one of the captains. You are one of the three captains. What did that mean to you to be named one of the three captains?
Man, it's an honor, especially we vote on it. It's strictly just the players that vote on it. So it's your teammates, your brothers that pick you. And I think that's really special. They believe in you and what you do. So to be voted in that position is really humbling and just a great opportunity to represent Auburn.
All right, so TJ Finley is QB1. For those, all of us that are not in camp, we're not in practice, why is TJ Finley the starting quarterback at Auburn? You know this better than anybody.
I think he embraced the playbook the best. Early on, I would say it was a pretty close race, but over the past few weeks, TJ's really stepped up. He's become very aware of everything that goes on within the offense. He knows exactly what to do. He knows how to get people lined up in a timely fashion. He can just operate the best, in my opinion. And I thought he won it this past week. I thought he really separated himself this past week in everything that he did, all his habits and practice and just leading the offense.
As people, the last thing we saw was what we saw last year for TJ Finley. Obviously, there's a lot of off-season training. He's become the guy. Bo's not there anymore. It's not Bo's team. It sort of can be his team now. Tell me where you think TJ is better now this year than last year. What one or two things he improved the most on to you?
I think number one is just maturity. I think last year he came in, he was still a young guy. I mean, last year that was only his second year of college. So coming in last year, he wasn't focused in like you'd want a starting quarterback to be, in my opinion. And then this offseason, he understood that he could be the guy. I think that really flipped the switch in his mind and allowed him to lead and to run this offense the way that he wanted to run. And so that was probably the biggest part to me, is just his level of maturity and growing up. And obviously his skills. Coach Harsin and Coach Kiesel have done a great job of developing that. And that'll continue to grow. I mean, he's got all the intangibles. He's tall, he's long, and good arm. So, I mean, the sky's the limit for him as long as he just continues to work and do everything he can to win football games.
We were reading your article this morning, and I brought this up, and the last line of this said, Finley's ability to extend plays gives him an added dimension. I don't remember seeing that in his game. You tell me, is he more athletic than we think he is?
Yeah, I would say a little bit. We practiced Saturday. It was the fan day thing, and he had a few scrambles that were, he had gotten some yards. Now, obviously, he's not a true dual threat guy.
He's not Bo Nix, right?
No, yeah, he's not that. But no, yeah, he can. The thing with TJ, he does have great pocket presence. He can sit in there a while because he's so tall, so he can kind of see things coming around him. But yeah, he's extended plays. Now, he's not going to break out long ones, but I don't think he's not just going to sit back there and just take sacks. I mean, he's aware of the pocket, and he can at least get some yards. I mean, the Georgia State game you watched, he made a few plays on his feet. And normally when he's really good, and when he scrambles, is finding another guy to throw it to. He's really good at that. So I've seen that a lot in this offseason.
John Samuel Shenker with us at JS Shenker. If you'd like to follow him on Twitter, team captain, tight end for the Auburn Tigers. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Will be with us every single week at this time. Talking Auburn and SEC football. How does, it's an important position, obviously. You're an offensive guy. You want to know who your starting quarterback is. How does that get announced to the team? We saw how it was announced to the public. It leaked out a little before that. with ESPN, and then Auburn's football account announced it on Twitter. How do you guys find out who wins a job like that?
Well, unfortunately, we saw it on social media before the team meeting. It broke about 2 hours early from the team meeting. And that's pretty typical, honestly. It's pretty rare that we get stuff in a team meeting before the news gets it. So we walk in the team meeting and Coach Harsin announced it, and then it came out on our social media platforms. But yeah, it's pretty sad, but typically it's the media that gets to it before we do. Somehow, I don't know how they get it, but normally we see it on social media before we ever see it in the office.
We're just that good. I mean,
yeah, I guess. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. It's pretty impressive.
Well, if you'll look to that lamp to your right, we've got a microphone in your lamp there. We hear everything that goes on in your place, man. The media is everywhere. No, Jordan-Hare Stadium, night game. You know, it'll be dark before that game's over with. That place is so intense, so mad. Your students do such a great job with that. Just tell me, running out for a night game at Jordan-Hare Stadium, you only have so many of those in your life. How enjoyable is that?
Man, it never seems to get old ever. I've always found it just overwhelming. You go in from warm-ups and it's probably half full or something, and people coming in, and then you run back out and it is packed. I've always thought that just to be an awesome thing. That place is really special to play in, especially at night. First game, they'll be amped up and ready to go for sure.
What is the one thing that you miss from your offseason you don't get to do during the regular season for 4 months now? What's the thing you miss most that you got to give up?
Don't say fried food.
No, yeah, I try not to eat fried food. Probably fishing and hunting. I mean, I've given up hunting for a while now. Just being in the fall, you don't really have that much time. But I love to go out. My dad works on a farm, so I love to go out there and just relax, get away from everything, all the sounds and the sights, and the day-to-day. And that comes to an end here quickly. So I would say that would be the one thing I'd miss.
I'm not a big hunter, but I'm told dove hunting, season starts this weekend. I'm told that's an enjoyable hunt. I'm not a big hunter. Obviously, not a good time of year for a football player with hunting season opening up. But do you dove hunt ever? Is it a fun hunt?
It is fun. I don't do it a lot, but it's entertaining. It's pretty relaxing hunt. It's not it's not like duck where you're kind of waiting and those you only get a few chances. Dove is pretty relaxed hunt. That you can sit out there for a while. I know a lot of guys that love it, but yeah, it's pretty bad timing for us to go hunting.
So you're saying dove's a dumber bird than a duck? Duck's a smarter bird?
I don't know if they're dumber. They're just not as fast, so you have more time to react.
Okay.
But turkeys are smart.
Turkeys are very smart, yeah. Great eyesight.
Turkeys have great eyesight.
Great eyesight.
Do you have a turkey call?
Oh, I do. I'm not very good. My brother calls for me most of the time.
Well, let's just hear yours real quick.
He does. Oh, I can't do it without my tool now.
Yeah.
We'll do that next week.
Hey,
bring your tool.
That's a week 2 thing. Yeah.
Hey, typical D1 athlete. He's got someone else who does the turkey call for him. My brother handles that. I don't even do that.
By the way, he said what wants us to ask. He says, important question. Why did you change your number? You were 47 last year, 25 this year. Why the number change?
25, since I was probably 5 years old, that was my number. I grew up with that number. And when I got here, obviously there were seniors and things like that had 25. And so throughout the years, I just never could get it. And then this past year it came free and I was like, you know what? I'm coming back for one more year. Why not try and get my number back? And so that was the reason. There's jokes now that it makes me look faster and stuff. I mean, if it does, that's great. I'll take it.
Were you a running back growing up?
Oh no, I was tight end linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a running back when I was little, but that doesn't count.
I do think 25 is going to look faster than 47.
I think it will too. I will tell you, you're too young to know this, but Fred Biletnikoff, who the wide receiver award is given to every year, wore number 25.
Oh, look out.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, pressure.
All right, he is John Samuel Shenker at JS Shenker on Twitter. If you would like to follow him there, he will be with us each week at this time. Good first visit. We appreciate the time. Good luck against Mercer. We look forward to talking to you about it next Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all very much.
All right, buddy. Thank you. John Samuel Shenker with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.